now turn up.
What up, is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads. We are just going to do some landing spots of where I think some of these guys are going to go. Ultimately, the NFL draft is crazy. It's exciting. And who knows? There could be 50 million trades and all these picks could be wrong. But these are at least my guesses right now of where they're going to go. Because a lot of times we see the obvious spots and they actually don't go to the obvious spots. But if you're new to the channel, we're giving away a free Jerry Jeudy signed jersey. When we hit 1K, we'll be giving it to one of you guys, and then we're doing our next giveaway, and hopefully they just get better and better and better. So we're going to go through quarterbacks first, then running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. I just did the top 5 quarterbacks, and ultimately there's a lot of different. The first 2 are easy. 101. Trevor Lawrence, he going to the Jags. 102, Jets, Zach Wilson. I think those are pretty obvious, and I think if it doesn't go like that, then the whole draft is going to be crazy. But I think 103 is going to be Justin Fields. I still think strongly that the 49ers are going to take him. And if they don't, I think they're going to regret it because I don't think Mac Jones is as good of a overall player as Justin Fields, but that's just my opinion. Trey Lance, I think he's going to go to 104, but I don't think he's going to go to the Falcons. I think the Broncos are actually going to trade into that situation. They're going to go from 9 to 4, and I think it's 9 to 4. Yeah, 9 to 4, and I believe they are actually going to draft the quarterback, Trey Lance. And then 109, I believe the Pats are going to move into that area, and they are going to draft Mac Jones. I think that's how it's going to go, to 5 quarterbacks in the top 10. Ultimately, I don't see 5 quarterbacks not being in the top 15 because I don't think they're going to go past the Pats if they don't move up. So that's quarterbacks. Let's go to running backs. We're going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 of them here. I think the first running back off the board is going to be Travis Etienne. I think he's going to go before Najee Harris, and people are going to go, oh my goodness, he's going to go to an awesome spot. And I think it's going to be in the second round. I don't think any running backs are going to go in the first round. I think he's going to go to the Falcons at 2.35. I think you're going to see a lot of these running backs early in that second round, just like you did last year with like Dobbins and Jonathan Taylor and Akers. You're going to see a lot of these running backs go right into that early second round. So Travis Etienne, 2.35, 2.36, a pick right behind. I think it's going to go Najee Harris. I think he's going to be Miami. I'm rooting for the Alabama Dolphins. That's why I think there's going to be a lot of reunions there. But I think that Najee Harris is going to be an awesome player at Miami. 2.40, so just a couple picks later, I think Javonte Williams goes off the board, and I think Denver actually picks him up. I think Melvin Gordon's getting closer to the end of his career, and I could see them being a good 1-2 punch, and then Melvin Gordon being gone, and then Javonte Williams taking over that Denver role. And I really, really would like that situation as a whole. And if you remember, they're going to have Trey Lance in my situation too. So they have Trey Lance, and they're going to have Javonte Williams, which is awesome. My 3.67, so we're going into the third round now, and it's a gap, but I really think that Michael Carter is going to go to Houston. I think he's going to fill in some of that. Duke Johnson's getting older and older. I think he's going to fill into that secondary role. I think he's even going to take some pressure off of David Johnson, who I still think has a year of tread left. And you're going to see Michael Carter into this position where he's going to be kind of the Duke Johnson to the David Johnson type. Just an interesting situation there. And I really think that Houston could even draft a running back in the 2022 draft. And you're going to see this kind of this mixed RBBC there. And so 3.86, we're going to go further down. It's going to go to Kenneth Gainwell, and he's going to be a Jet. I think a lot of people are actually going to draft in Dynasty the way that this is going to go. I think they're going to draft Michael Carter ahead of Gainwell, even though I'd rather have Gainwell ahead of Carter. That's just me. And then 3.87, this is a very interesting spot because it's a player that I don't really care for, but it's in a perfect spot. Pittsburgh is going to draft Trey Sermon. And I think that is a perfect situation for Pittsburgh and Trey Sermon. And honestly, I see Trey Sermon shooting up the boards here. He wouldn't shoot up my boards, but he would move up quite a significant amount, but he would not be a top 5 pick or top 6 pick or anything like that crazy. But I really think that he's going to go to Pittsburgh, and we're going to see a lot of Trey Sermon lovers. All right, we're gonna go to let's go to tight ends. Wide receivers, there's a whole big list here, but tight ends 1.08. I think Pitts is going to go to the Panthers. I could honestly see him going to the Bengals or the Falcons and stuff like that as well. But 1.8, I'm just going to say he goes to the Panthers. And I'm going to say that Pat Freiermuth, the next tight end off the board, is going to go to 2.44. And I can either really see him or Brevin Jordan going to Dallas. But in this situation, I'm just going to say he goes to Dallas. And then Brevin Jordan, I'm going to say he's the first pick of the third round, and he's going to go to the Jaguars. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, 106. He's going to go to the Miami Dolphins. I don't have the Devontae Smith. I wanted to do the whole Alabama Dolphins or the Miami Crimson Tide, but Jamar Chase, I think he's going to go to Miami. I do think the wide receivers start doing kind of cluster into this mid to late first round, since there is a lot of them, but I'm going to go 1.12, Devontae Smith to the Eagles, 115, Jalen Waddle to the Lions. In this situation, them and the Patriots actually switch picks, so that's why the Patriots move up and get that quarterback, Mac Jones, and then Jalen Waddle falls to 115 and goes to the Lions. And even, I think if Patriots don't get Mac Jones and move up, I could see the Patriots actually getting Jalen Waddle in that situation. 120, I cannot put Rashad Bateman on the Ravens because he's going to the Bears. It's ultimately, against the Vikings. That kind of stinks, but I think that's a really realistic place that he could go, or a wide receiver could go, honestly. 122 is Elijah Moore. I could see him being going to Tennessee, which is a mixed reaction because he won't be the alpha there with A.J. Brown, but ultimately a really, really good wide receiver and one of my favorite wide receivers in this class. And he goes to Tennessee. 1.27, Terrace Marshall, and he could get taken by the Ravens here or at 1.31, I think they have, 31, because Kansas City lost in the Super Bowl. 1.3, so he could get picked either 27th or 31st. In this case, I just have him being picked the first pick that they have. Who knows what will happen there, but that's a place that I could see Terrace Marshall. Or if Jamar Chase does not get picked to the Bengals, I could see Terrace Marshall going to the Bengals in the second round. That could be a nice little fancy reunion. But in this case, I have 2.38. That's Rondale Moore. He goes to the Bengals instead. Right behind him, into this kind of this little wide receiver cluster, 2.42. Kadarius Toney goes to the Giants. 2.46. Amon-Ra St. Brown goes to the Patriots because they didn't get that wide receiver in the first round. They went and got Mac Jones. And then 2.6, Tylan Wallace goes to the Saints. So you can see a lot of these situations are based off of trades, based off of what can they kind of trade with each other. Ultimately, that's the NFL draft. It gets crazy, and I could make 100 different scenarios. I'm just excited for the NFL draft to be here. We are going to do a video post the NFL draft, round one. So whenever round one is done, hopefully it's not too late. I do have a newborn. He's like a month old at this point, and I don't want to stay up too late because that can definitely ruin sleep patterns and stuff, because I do need to get sleep. So if I don't, I will be early Friday morning. I will try to get up and post a video of what my day one post reactions are. Same for day 2 and day 3. I'll try to do a kind of reaction video, a quick reaction video of where do I have these players? Do I have some moving down, up? Where are the rankings? Have they changed? Kind of these quick hit things. So again, this is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads, where we do Dynasty videos daily. Free Jerry Judy signed jersey. All we got to do is hit 1K, and then it'll be one of you guys. All right, peace out. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Now turn